Emmy Award-winning actor, director, and filmmaker and activist Yuval David joins me in studio. Thank you very much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
So you're an actor, director, filmmaker, but since October 7th, your role as an activist has become a lot more important. Tell me a little bit about the work you've been doing.
Jewish activism and advocacy has been part of my life throughout my adult life, but truly it started when I was a kid, when I was taught to be a Zionist, to be a proud Jew, and what it means that my life isn't my own. My life is for my family, my community, and of my people. That has continued to increase. Maybe the snowball effect. The more you do, the more you get done. Since October 7th, all of the battles that I've done previously against anti-Semitism and towards Jewish representation have significantly increased. In fact, everything I've worked for in entertainment and media, as an actor, as a filmmaker, as a news commentator, are basically 100% dedicated to Jewish and Israeli advocacy.
We're seeing an alarming spike in anti-Semitism around the world, in the United States in particular. In your eyes, is the government and public institutions, are they doing enough to fight it?
No, they're not doing enough to fight it when people are expressing this double standard that faces Jewish people. If the same things that are being said about Jews, including the demonstrations, including the riots, including what's happening on campuses and the hearings that so many people spoke about when you saw the presidents of multiple top leading universities in the United States speaking about anti-Semitism, if the same things were being said about women, LGBTQ people, people of color, refugees, or Muslims, I don't think it would have been received the same way. There's an absolute double standard when it comes to the Jewish people, and I am shocked but not surprised that this is happening right now.
A double standard and perhaps also a misunderstanding of the reality we face here. And just a quick update here, I'm reporting that there were rocket siren alerts in the south on the Gaza border. I want to ask you, what's your response to the Queers for Palestine movement?
That's my first response. Queers for Palestine is such a ridiculous organization. In fact, I'm familiar with them to the point that I shouldn't even call them an organization because they're terribly disorganized. Queers for Palestine, along with BDS, has been coming for me for years. Anytime I speak out, and I do a lot of public speaking and lead workshops across the United States, Canada, and internationally, not just about Jewish and Israeli issues, but about civil rights, social justice, human rights. These organizations come for me and have accused me of being obviously Zionist and openly Jewish.
And what do you say to that?
What would you say to that? What would you say if somebody says you're openly Jewish or openly a woman or openly a journalist? What is openly Jewish? As an LGBTQ person, I've heard openly gay, and I can understand that. But what it means is they believe that I need to hide or change my Jewishness. The fact is the vast majority of Jews are Zionists because the vast majority of Jews believe in the self-actualization of the Jewish people. We are facing a time where Jews are being rebranded, where people are trying not just to practice erasure, they're trying to change our narrative, and that is why I'm doing what I'm doing. That is why I'm dedicating my life to advocacy for the Jewish people and Israel, reminding people that not only is this hasbara, not only are we relaying a message, you are the message. Who are you as a Jew in this world? You are the message that represents our people and your intersectional identity.
And perhaps also we're seeing these pro-Palestinian protesters chanting almost as an insult, you Zionists. It seems that it's a misunderstanding of the term Zionism, correct?
It's an absolute misunderstanding of the term Zionism because other people since the 1960s in the United States, in the liberal, progressive, and in the collegiate environments, have been practicing this rebranding of Zionism, of Judaism, painting it as a white supremacist, apartheid, ultra-nationalist, fascist, authoritarian movement, which it is not. Now, not only are we hearing chants about Zionists, Zionist pigs, and all kinds of epithets that I'm not going to say on air, even though I hear them every week. When I was one of the keynote speakers at the Jewish National Fund Global Conference, which was held in Denver, every time that we'd walk from the hotel to the conference, there were these fences with so much police to protect us. And on the other side of those fences were people who were screaming at us, yelling at us, spitting at us. The worst thing that was said to me The worst thing that was said to me were groups of people with anger in their eyes yelled at me, and all they had to say was, Jew, 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 Jew. The fact that they didn't have to add anything else to that, and that they believed that that was condemnation enough, completely shows the state of the world that we're in, the double standard that is facing us as a marginalized, victimized minority. Now, why is that happening?
We do have to go out for a break. Yuval David, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you.